What's good, YouTube? This is Rage Rail. So in today's video, I want to show you guys my favorite setup versus trips tight end in Madden 22. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So one thing I do want to say before I get into this video is that one thing I want you guys to understand is that this is a base setup. So what a base setup means is that it's going to be good against just your standard plays that you go against when you face normal, trips tight end users. Now, one thing you also have to keep in mind is that everybody is not a pro player at this game. Like, everybody that you play who lines up in trips tight end is not going to be a Dreeny. They're not going to be, none of these MCS, high level skill competitive players, So, Rel, what are you getting at? So I'm saying that the people that you go against are pretty much going to run maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 different variations of a play, if they even do that many, or they may just only run, 2, 3 plays stock, if that makes sense. So this defense is just geared to show you that the base play that I give you is going to be good against every single, basic thing that somebody can do out of trips tight end. Now, that's, you also got to understand that there's gonna be times where you have to adjust. You have to do different things, set things up differently, and that's what this video is geared towards. This video is going to show you, the whys behind the setups. So you're just not out there just running something just because Rage Rail said run it. So you'll understand what's going on. So wanted to make sure I get that out the way. Now, this is a universal setup. So what I mean by universal, you can use this with any defense. So you can use this out of big nickel. You can use this out of 2-4-5. 3-3-5 I, 2-4-5 double A gap. 2-3-6, 1-4-6. You can use this out of anything. Now, one thing I do want to mention too is that for me, I like auto flip on. So you don't have to have it on. I just like it on. And also, I'm gonna show you that it's non-zone drops. So that's why I wanted to go here. You see, no zone drops whatsoever, because everything we're gonna be doing is going to be out of non-zone drops. And the reason why is because you can actually still play a little match without coming out match coverage. You can kind of create your own match. I did a similar video to this last year, but this one's going to be a little bit more different since it's, different things. It's not ran the same way as it was last year. So without further ado, I'm actually going to showcase this out of just 2-3-6 Sam just because. Now, I like doing this out of plays where I have a too high safety, or plays where I have like a match coverage, like a quarter. If I have a quarter out there, then I'll do this with a quarter setup. So what do I mean by that? So I just mean like out of big nickel, let's just say that for example, they have cover for quarters, then I would do the same exact setup I'm telling you, but just keep, instead of a hard flat, like I would keep a quarter right there, and you'll understand exactly what I mean here in a second. And if I have enough time, I'll just show you how I would do it out of 4 down lineman front, like big nickel. But for now, I'm going to showcase this out of this. Now, I personally love coming out cover 4 drop. You don't have to. If you're not quick with your adjustments, come out and cover 3. It's going to save you a lot of time. I just like cover 4 drop just because like I can, maneuver people how I want to, because I have off, 2 of my safeties up top every single time. I don't have to worry about a safety being rolled down. So I like cover 4 drop style. So that's what I'm going to showcase it out of. And I'm also going to run the setup to you out of a stock cover 3 as well. So don't worry about that. So I'm in the Seattle Seahawks playbook, and I just picked their playbook just because they do have trips tight end. Now, I'm going to show you how it fares against PA crossers. I'm going to show you how it fares against curl combo. I'm going to show you how it fares against level sail. So that's the game plan for today's video. So let's go to PA crossers. Now, what I like to do is take where I like to use her at is on the running back side. So the tight end running back side. So I always like to use her this safety. I don't really like to use her linebacker. That's me personally. If you want to use her linebacker, if you're like in a 4 down lineman front, cool. Then just kind of use this setup accordingly. Now, what I like to do is actually just take my cornerback. So the guy who's in the 3rd on the tight end side, I like to man him up to the tight end, just like this. Now, I like to take this slot cornerback, whoever is in the purple on his right side. So whoever is in the purple, maybe that's a quarter, maybe that's a seam flat, whoever this is, I like to put him in a hard flat. Now, don't shade down and go hard flat, because that's actually going to call underneath, and that actually does change how people play. I promise you it does change it, so that's why I don't do it. So now, I like to blitz my user. That's completely optional, Now, from here, I like to take square. I like to take the linebacker on the running back side and put him in a spot. That's just me personally. I like the running back side. Now, this half of what I just showed you, anybody can do this relatively fast with these 4 adjustments. And normally, you can get this done pretty fast. Now, last thing I'll tell you to do is put this safety in the middle 3rd, and you can run it just like this. Like, you can technically run it like this, but this is not the complete setup, I'm just telling you that you can. Now, for the complete setup, what I like to do is take that cornerback out there who's in a purple. I like to put him in a vertical hook, and I like to take that linebacker and put him in a purple. So I pretty much like to invert their coverages. So now we pretty much have like an inverted cover 3, if that makes sense, if you can picture that. And this right here is just gonna honestly give trips tight end a lot of problems, honestly. So the reason that this is good is take a look at this play. So most people will run this play stock. Surprisingly, you know, I know since you guys on YouTube, you guys know how good this play is and how many different combos you can set up. Now, surprisingly, you'll run into people who really just run this play stock. And stock, if you're looking at it, you'll be like, oh wow, real, like you're probably in trouble because you know you have to deal with circles. So what about triangles? So you see how triangles right there? You're like, maybe the safety can play it, but what about square on the deeper? So it looks like I'm in trouble, right? So the reason I like this vertical hook, because kind of watch this vertical hook, right? So watch how this vertical hook plays. So he's going to actually go and match onto triangle's route. And that's what makes this play, well, the setup actually really good, because if they happen to run a standard cover, like a standard, you know, basic play like this, we'll have perfect defense for it, surprisingly, you know. So without minus that little shed, you know, I don't know what that's about. And also that's a good thing too, is that if you man him up, a lot of times what's going to happen is when that tight end blocks, he'll actually go and release. And the cool thing is that if he releases out, we already have a hard flat to account for him releasing. You can see right there. So that's honestly another cool perk to that. But anyways, look at this vertical hook. So this vertical hook, I can't really tell you the whys behind it. I believe it's because nothing actually threatened him to the outside like immediately. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going with. But he's going to go ahead and match this, and that's really good because he's going to be able to help up there, up top, and you will be splitting the difference between both of those. So you'll easily be able to lurk that. Like that is an easy lurk at that point. So just wanted to tell you that yes, it does work stock. I wanted to make sure I did go over stock coverage. Now I'm gonna kind of show you how to set up a look, setting it up pretty fast. So what I would do is just take circle, put him on the tight end. I'll take him, put him on a hard flat, and then I would invert it. And now you can definitely run it like this too. So if you don't have time to quarterback spy, okay, cool, don't worry about it, you know. So just, you can save that for literally the last step if you want to. This is just for if you're playing a Russell Wilson, you know that you can have a spy out there. Now, if you don't want to worry about spying, just simply just put a quarterback team, you know, if you don't want to worry about spying and you don't want to do that extra step. But most of the time you got to understand too, when people come out in trips tight end, they're going to be doing some type of adjustment. You know, nobody's really running stock plays out of trips tight end. It's not really a stock friendly formation, is just saying like a lot of people do. But most people, like I said, they'll just, you know, sit here and audible, do that and do this, and you'll have enough time to set this up, I promise. You can click on that guy, put him in a spot. Now, I want to start talking to you about other route combos, all right? Because I know you guys been in this video, you've been waiting on some of these other route combos, and now we have arrived. I just wanted to make sure I took the time to say that. Now, if they motion somebody over, I want to make sure I did mention this. If they motion him over and they let him sit, more than likely he's on a streak. So if that happens, you just really want to take circle, just go ahead and throw him in a deep half. That's going to be your best. That's going to be your best adjustment. Now, if they kind of motion snap him, then just leave it. Just leave him manned up, and you just have to know if triangle's on a streak, I have to watch that. You know, that's basically your mindset on that. So I want you to watch this backside slant though. So what you want to do, you want to come right here, and then you want to lurk all right here. Now, when they motion snap it, that backside slant is just completely taken away. If they motion it, you know, motion hike it, it's completely taken away. And like I said, nobody is going to just motion over a slant and then just, you know, let them sit and then, you know, actually run it this way. They're normally going to snap the ball right about here. And even if they do, look how this plays. So you got the hard flat. So the hard flat is going to take that throw away. Now the spy, he's going to be right here. Now, if you try to throw this normally, if you have a safety right here, spy, which you should have a safety at linebacker for spies, he's going to actually jump up, get a nice animation. Now, the reason I like this concept is because this purple right here, he's going to keep getting out. Yeah, you can say he's going to keep getting out right here, and the vertical hook is going to do a great job of bracketing this throw off. So his only realistic throw is right here, and that's two people, and that's just not going to be open, you know. So that's why I said that this setup is just really good. So I'm going to show you how to cover 3 because I said I was going to. So like I said, you can take him, man him up to the tight end, put that guy in the hard flat, and you can actually just invert those coverages out there like this. And normally you will have enough time to do this. I promise you will. You just kind of get used to it in practice mode, and you will definitely have enough time to do it. And my last step is just putting him in a spot. Now, let's actually show you again something else, right? So let's say they do, what's another basic setup that people do out of this? Let's see. You know what, let's go ahead and move on. So I don't want to sit here all day and think about it. So let's talk about level cell, right? So the same exact setup, you can tell. Now watch how it plays against level sales. So what you're gonna do here is just come here, lurk here, then you'll see we're on that, we're on this, and then by that time they're normally gonna be taking a sack, and we have somebody in the middle for a spy. So this right here is gonna completely bag level sales as long as this tight end is just not somebody just super good. Now if he's super good, what's good about this, you can actually bump that tight end, which I'll probably show you. Now I'm not gonna show you because I want to keep this video moving along, but if they have like a George Kittle, Travis Kelce, kind of bump him, you know, to where they don't call pass interference. Normally, if you time it up right and you know what you're doing, you can definitely bump him and then just kind of lurk on something else. Or you can kind of lurk for half a second right here and then go ahead and come back and then pick this off. Now, the only thing you're susceptible to on this play, using a vertical hook, is this route right here. Now, sometimes they can throw this. Now, this is a tough read to make anyways because we have this vertical hook sitting right here. Sometimes they'll let you animate on it. But if you wanted to take that away, essentially what you could do is just run stock cover 3, which I'll show you here in a second. But the problem with that, if you run that stock cover 3, they're gonna have this gap right here to hit. So you see how he breaks? They're gonna have this gap if you leave a hook curl, but if you leave that vertical hook, they're gonna have this. So you know you kind of can't have both best of both worlds. So that's where you play the mind games with them at. But the good thing about this particular setup is that they have to throw that read now. Like they have to make that read now because you'll have enough time to actually use her, kind of lurk here, and then you might be able to have time to come back up here. But you know, normally at that time, somebody's going to normally be in their face, you know. So this is one of the plays that I said that, you know, it just depends, you know. So you don't want to just keep running one basic thing. If you see they're attacking something, then switch it up. And I'm going to go ahead and show you that here right now. So let's say they wanted to kind of do that again, right? And then you knew what they were trying to do. So what I would do is go ahead and set it up the same way. And I will leave it this way. So now let's go back to level sell. And then kind of let me show you what happens with that, right? So we'll go here, you know, we'll lurk here, and now look at how they're playing now. So now you see how triangle is taking away that play. That's all I wanted to show you with that example. So that's kind of an example of how you notice what your opponent is doing and then go ahead and taking it away. Or you know, you can keep allowing them, then when you want to take it away, you can take it away at will. Why? Because you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly why you're adjusting, how you're adjusting. You know, you're not just throwing random adjustments out there and hoping it works. So like I was telling you guys, you see how now they have this throw wide open, right? Okay, cool, but look what we took away. We took away, you know, their read that they get hit, and that could be a pick 6, you know. So that's pretty much how you're going to be able to play defense. But anyways, it's not the end of the video. I got a couple more things I actually want to go over with you guys. So let's actually keep on moving, man. So let's say verticals, right? I want to go over verticals. So most people will just run this play style. They'll alternate between PA crossers and verticals. So I just want to show you that, yes, the same thing does work against verticals. Man up the tight end. Now, putting this guy in a hard flat is optional, but I like a hard flat because of the threat of level sales. So I like to put him in a hard flat. I like my safety in the third, and then like I said, you can spy him and then invert those coverages, and then boom, you're good out there like that. So again, like this is vertical, so you know, of course I would just follow him, and you can tell everything just pretty much gets bracketed in. It's just good defense also. And now I do kind of want to show you okay, so I'm gonna do. So I actually want to talk to you guys about a 4-down lineman front, and after that, that's going to be the video. So one of my other variations I like to do is actually come out in any match style coverage. So let's just say cover 4 palms at this point, right? So let's go to trips tight end, and let's come back out to let's do PA crosses, right? So let's use the same thing that we just did, right? So what we're going to do, take this guy, man him up to the tight end, right? Now you can leave this quarter flat out here. Actually, no, we're going to spy him, right? So we're going to do the same exact setup. So we're going to spy him, right? So now from this point, we'll rotate that safety, and then we'll actually take triangle, put him in a vert hook. We'll take square, put him in a purple, and you can actually run it like this if you want to. Or another thing you can do, so let's reset it. Just want to show you that you can run it like that. So what you can do, let me go and flip him, get him back to where he's supposed to be. Let's set it up again. So you can man up the tight end. You can leave this quarter flat out here, but if you leave that quarter flat, what you can do is actually take square out here. You could put like an athlete out here, so you can put a linebacker or, you know, something like that, or outside linebacker, and you can actually spy him. So now what, we have a quarter flat out here, and then we can actually take triangle, put him in a vertical hook, put a curl flat combo. We can put our safety up top. So now we have a quarter flat that's normally going to play match principles, and we have a quarter out here who's going to play, you know, that cover 4 style match principle. So if I want to kind of incorporate a little match coverage, then that's exactly how I would do it. So let me just kind of show you guys that real quick. So let's block our running back. So kind of watch that quarter flat too. So pay attention to that quarter flat and what he does, right? So you see how he's actually going to turn and run with that slant. So what that's going to do is allow, so if I try to playmaker, so you see how he follows him? Now, of course, right there, he beat him because I don't even know who 55 is, but that's like actually a next tier tip if you guys were curious. So like, you see how that quarter flat, I already knew he was going to run with them. Why? Because I understood what I was doing. I understood the adjustments behind it. So if you play those people who run these kind of setups and all they want to do is just route bounce and like try to just roll out the pocket and playmaker somebody up because you're playing zone coverage, this is an example of how you can actually use match coverage to your benefit. You know, maybe some of you guys didn't know that, but yeah, so you can tell right here, I mean, everything is just pretty much gets covered at this point. You know, the quarter flat's going to match that slant. You know, the vertical hook's going to pass it off. He's going to pass it off to the purple, and he's still going to match. So there is absolutely no way that you can throw that. There's absolutely nothing open. So I mean, that's just, you know, another example for you guys, you know. So last thing I'll give you guys, because I know this video is really long, I appreciate all you guys who are here, but like I said, let me know if you like when I do these style of videos, because I try to focus my channel more on you learning how to be good at the game instead of just saying, hey, go run this setup, I really like it, you know, let me know how it goes. I don't really like doing that. I like, you know, knowing that I'm giving you guys stuff that you can actually go win with. So I'm just kind of showing you guys a different, well, the same setup. So let me just show you how it fares against level sail with this quarter flat. So kind of pay attention to the quarter flat, because that's really the only difference between what I was showing you guys is that quarter flat. So we'll come here, you see how he kind of matches there, and it's pretty much the same principle. So like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a 3-down lineman front or a 2-down or a 4-down lineman front, it's gonna be the same exact thing. So this is really a universal setup, and like I said, you can definitely, if you want to have tweaks to it, okay, cool. If you like this guy in a quarter instead of a third, put him in a quarter, you know. So this is just the base setup, just to show you guys, like, hey, if you want to kind of stop trips tight end with the basic, you know, defense, use this, you know. So anyways, like I said, this is good because this defense is really flexible, so you can guard a lot of different things with it. But anyways, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up though. Like I said, you can tell the same thing did get open, but you already know exactly how to take it away if you need to take it away. But anyways, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this video. Do let me know if you have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.